Well, good morning. If there's nothing that'll get your blood moving quickly is to have a technical glitch, especially when someone who's not technical and high tech as me. When Todd texted me this morning, we were having an issue. I'm like, no, can't be. But I did an upgrade to software upgrade to Zoom, and it obviously changed my settings. So I apologize for all the confusion. There'll be a lot of people jumping on, and what an exciting day. I mean, we've just got so many great things going on around the country. And I just personally don't even know what to say. My week ended up about 35% above the week before. And in a time when we're all, I guess, this quarantine, if we want to call it that, or the world's scared with the virus, and certainly, listen, we're praying for everybody. But I will tell you, I can't get over. I've been working a home-based business for 18 years, and I cannot get over what's going on here. Todd asked me to kind of give you my quick background story, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes before we go into our group that we're going to have test. This is really going to be a testimonial day, and it may be some of it may be a little business testimonial, but it's going to be some, obviously some product testimonial. My background was manufacturing. I'd spent 18 years in the manufacturing business. Oddly enough, I've been 18 years in the network marketing industry. But I had a plant at one time that employed 450 people, and NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement, put me out of business. I was in the garment industry. The reason I tell you that is because when I went back into business, there's a few criteria that I didn't think I could ever find. One was I wanted something with low risk because I was millions of dollars in debt with that company. And I didn't want a lot of employee problems. If you've never had, and I know there's a lot of business owners on here, the one thing I will tell you is 450 employees meant it was 450 headaches because somebody had something going wrong all the time. And so when I set out to find something else to go do into what I call make a living, or is to go back and build my dream, I will promise you, network marketing wasn't really what I was looking at. I had to be blackmailed and I had to be bribed. I really did not want to look. So don't be upset when somebody doesn't want to listen. It's because of lack of knowledge and the lack of their own personal information that'll cause them not to really understand what goes on here, because reputation of our industry is not always great. Doesn't mean there's some bad companies, but we could say that about anything. We could talk about a lot of different industries that have bad people in them. Lawyers get a lot of bad jokes, but I can promise you, there's a lot of good attorneys out there that have been very valuable. So all I want you to realize is don't think about that. Now I've been full-time in the network marketing industry, just about 2 months over 18 years. And so as we get started here today, one of the things that I know about this industry is that you have to have products that work. You can't just be a product that's built around hype. And I heard Tim Sells tell us this early on, and when Todd and myself and Aaron and Ken, a bunch of us were sitting with him, he said, not only do the products have to work, they have to work better than we say they work. They've got to be really, really good. They've got to not only be good, but they've got to be better than good. And I really didn't get that. I'll be the first to admit. I mean, Todd was the guy that was into nutrition. He had that background. He had a degree in it. Guys, I didn't know anything about nutrition. I was probably one of the unhealthiest persons you've ever met. I ate wrong, junk foods, Diet Cokes. I mean, I can think of all the things I did wrong. And here's the point. I was here for the money. So I don't make any apologies for that, but I became so product oriented because I began to understand what great products could do if a person could find them. So at any rate, guys, I want you to understand, we're going to just talk about some different people. This is going to be brief testimonials because we've got people from literally 3 different groups all across the country, multiple groups that we're going to start with. And I'm going to start with Richard Tuggle. Richard is someone who's been in my business for just a bit over a year, but when Richard joined, he wasn't interested in the business. He'll tell you straight up, he was a business guy that was very successful, but Richard was interested in just losing some weight. So I'm going to turn it to Richard, let him briefly tell you his story and what's kind of changed for him.
Yeah, Chris, back in October of 2018, a nurse friend of mine called me and she'd been looking at me on Facebook, said I was overweight, and I was bad overweight. I got on a Transform Pack C. I had no intention of doing the business. I just was very concerned about my health because I'd never been a healthy person. Got on that and lost 60 pounds my first 60 days, and then lost another 25 pounds the next 60 days. And not only that, everybody wanted to know what I had. I got them on it, and sort of had a change of heart. I've always been about the money, been in the real estate business, and now I'm with RX. I went full time February last year with RX because I've seen the changes in health of many, many people. And some of those you're going to interview later on today. They're going to tell their story, and it's changed my heart. Not only, the money's there, but it's the health that I love to help people with.
And that's really what we want people to realize is that some people join here just for the product, some join just for the business like myself, but it doesn't really matter. So we're going now directly to someone that you know personally, that you've been working with, who's now going to start helping host, who also wasn't that interested in the business side. And this is Susan and Terry Glasgow. Susan, are you with us? You have to unmute yourself because I do have all the lines muted. I know she's with us while she's been texting me earlier.
I'm here.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
So Susan, why don't you tell us, I mean, when you got started virtually right at the end of May last year, and you started on products in June, and kind of tell people, because yours is one of the more amazing transformation stories that we've had. You're on the video as well.
Well, when we started, we went to a trip to Kentucky in the Ark to see the Ark Encounter, and I actually had to be in a wheelchair to drug to get there. And we started the products, and within 10 days, I noticed that, man, I could only be up 10 minutes and sit down an hour, and I was at 45 minutes. So that was big. I wanted to have a different quality of life. It allowed me to cook and do some things that I hadn't been able to do before. But I'd had a knee replacement done, and I had my left knee was 3 times the size of my other knee. The doctor had already sent me to a guru in Little Rock that said that the knee replacement had to come out. Within 5 weeks of taking MOA, my inflammation was down, and it was almost the size of my other knee. I mean, it was drastic, and everyone noticed because my pants would come up about mid-calf because of how much my knee took up, in my pants. And that wasn't happening anymore. My coloring was different. I could tell that I felt better. It has just been my energy level, life-changing. I got a life back, and my husband did too, because he'd had to be home with me for 4 years because of my health issues.
How much weight did you lose?
Oh, that's just the bonus. I don't even think about that because I've lost over 60 pounds, and I've learned a different lifestyle. I think that to me is the added bonus too, the lifestyle of, the right foods to eat, that my body, these products feed our body and give it what it needs, and our body heals itself.
And we want to make this very clear, and I need to make sure I say that. We don't heal, treat, diagnose anything. And you're hearing personal stories of just putting good things in their body. And there's a lot of changes Susan made to make all these things happen. So Susan, we appreciate that. And so now I'm going to go directly now to Merrill Wilson. Merrill's 74 years old, and he is a competitive horse guy. I mean, I guess that's what you call it. I'm not sure what, I see some of these horse folks on here. I see Natalie from down South Alabama. I see her face have to be on my screen. I know she knows what pole bending is. I'll have to admit, I don't really know what pole bending was, but I know it's a competitive rodeo thing. And Merrill was a guy that I met who had a lot of problems and now is competing against folks in their 20s. So Merrill, why don't you tell us your story about, I know you lost a few pounds as well, and tell us your weight loss, but tell us what happened with your inflammation. I can hear you.
Well, so I was hurting. I've got 4 injuries in my back. Believe it or not, it wasn't due to horses, but I hurt every step I took. My back is killing me. And so you and Richard, my brother Wayne told me that I need to sit down with you and Richard Tuggle. I did. I listened to how healthy it was, and I got on it because I thought it was healthy. Anyhow, it definitely did. Within weeks, my back didn't hurt no more. It really didn't. And I was flexing. I'm a pole bender, yes. Run poles, weaving 6 poles, both directions. And I hadn't been able to make a state for 6 years. I got qualified last year at 73 years old. And I'm going to try to do it at the same thing this year.
How much weight did you lose, Merle?
Did you get me there?
I got you. How much weight did you lose? How much was your weight loss? He's probably not having, he's having trouble hearing me, but I know Burl lost about 30 pounds. So he has, let me tell you, he's in rural Arkansas, so he doesn't necessarily have the best of internet service. So
Did you hear?
I heard you. How much weight did you lose, Merrill?
27 pounds, 35 days.
We appreciate that. So that, I mean, I want people to know that there's a lot of life change.
Is the sound working? You hear me?
I heard you. We got you. We appreciate it very much. And I'm going straight down to Mark Thomas. And Mark is someone who's only been on the products for a short period of time. But Mark kind of came for the business side of this. So Mark, why don't you give us your take on what's going on? And we've been doing a lot of things together, and you're excited about helping people. So, but you give us your take on what's going on.
Well, thank you, Chris. And yes, at the end of the day, money, we just have to have money to survive. I mean, my gosh, people's trying to find money to buy toilet paper today, so, but when I was looking, I've been looking for about 12 years for the right multi-level marketing company, because it's all about what I call the MBM. I love my degree that I have in this industry, and everybody's got different type of degrees, but mine's a mailbox money degree. And so I love the mailbox money. And the only way to create residual income is to get with the right company that has the highest compensation plan out there, with the right leadership and with the right product. And there is no, look, folks, I researched. I tell everybody, look, don't take my word. If you want to go make $1 million, if you want to go make $100,000 a month in income, residual income, because at the end of the day, guys, truthfully, in today's economy, if you're making less than $10,000 a month, you're really in what they call poverty level today. So I encourage people to get your mindset to where you've got a mindset of at least a goal to get to an upper level income. Do your research with RX. Look at the ownership. Go in there and really dig about each and every one of these owners, like I did, and then go and look at Tim Sales on YouTube. Tim Sales with RX, and see. And these are the top people, though, that you want to be with. Yes, there's a lot of good companies out there in this industry, and there's a tremendous amount of good people in this industry. But I wanted to be with the best. That's the reason why Chris and Richard, when look, I called the company or the people in the company. I wasn't recruited into this into RX, but when they come to my house to show me the plan, I'd already done my research. Then I turned around and interviewed Chris, because that's how serious I am. Look, I've been in business for 30 years in the financial planning arena. I know numbers and I know people's hearts. And you're not going to find a better company than what you've got right here with RX, with the ownership, with the leadership team, and with the product. So I'm here for the money, and I am here for the health. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying this healthy lifestyle. I'm happy, and I'm happy every day. The Rejuvenex, this amazing product. But I'm just telling you, folks, this is the right company. Back to you, Chris.
Okay, Mark, thank you. Now I'm going to go to James and Betty Cooper, who actually recruited you. I guess if you could say they recruited you, they sent out the information that got you started. James and Betty, you there?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Well, y'all got a whole thing. Y'all got, and then we'll go to the citrus, because they're on my list as well. So why don't you tell us your weight loss journey, Betty? Because James don't stick with the plan very much, but Betty has. How much have you lost, Betty?
I've lost 40 pounds since, April, but I've lost it. I started in the end of the April last year. So
and the good part is
about 4 months.
You kept it off, right? You've not only lost it, but you've kept it off.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still watching it.
That's good. And Linda, I know that you got involved. I know you was interested in losing a little bit of weight, but the fact of the matter was, and then but you had some problems with swelling with your diabetic situation, and because of Susan's story, your husband Tommy made you get on the products.
Yes, sir, he did, because I didn't even go to the meeting. I refused to. But my ankle was just like a club. I couldn't walk, couldn't move. My A1C's down to normal range. And to back it up, I fell out of the camper last fall, I got up on my own, first time ever.
So when we hear about these different stories, I want to make sure you realize, and obviously the products have played a part in helping them, but they've made some changes due to the Slenderize and the drops. They've made some changes in the way they eat. They've done a lot of things to put things in their body to make those differences. And so I want you to realize that it's not just a one thing that did all this. It's not like there's a miracle pill that everybody just swallowed and things changed. It's not the way it is. But the products made a difference, and we put some good things. We appreciate. Didn't know y'all were going to be together, so that really speeded this up. Now I'm going to switch all the way to Canada. As you know, we're doing these quickly. Paul Goss, are you with us?
Hey, Chris, I'm here. You got me?
Paul started with me right on, I think, about the first month, the first couple of weeks. So Paul lives up, and he's up in the cold weather. He's up in Newfoundland, Canada. And I think Paul's got a picture to show you, so he can pull up and show a picture. He sent me a text. He had a picture to show. So Paul, why don't you tell us your weight loss journey?
Oh my gosh, Chris, I didn't upload that on my computer, but nevertheless, we'll put it up later. We'll show everybody can see it later. Yeah, I was 7 years ago, almost to the day that I started with you guys, and just so people know, it was probably about 10 years ago I met Chris. I was in another company, and Sharon and I had been in 4 other companies between the both of us over the years, and never have we seen anything like this company. So I had met Chris in a previous company, and he wasn't my leader. I wasn't on his team, but I liked how he worked. So I when our other company closed, I called Chris and asked him what he was doing. And he almost lost me because he said, we're selling nutritional products. And I was about like this. And I was like, okay, Chris, thank you. I don't do potions and lotions. And then he said, but Paul, we got a really good weight loss program. And he got my attention back again. And I said, okay, tell me about it. And he put me on the Dr. Strand, and I started understanding about the glycemic index and how it has to do with insulin resistance and weight loss and weight gain. And therefore I said, okay, I'm going to do it. Sharon wasn't too impressed, let me tell you. But anyway, nevertheless, I did the program, and in 14 weeks, I lost 50 pounds. And I'm here to tell you now today, as I sit here, I'm still the same weight, and it's 7 years later. And so my blood sugars are back to normal. I'm not borderline adult onset diabetic, and my cholesterol is all good. So everything is good. But I came to call Chris because I wanted to learn about making money. And ironically, I didn't really care about making the money as it was about helping my health. From there, I changed back, and now we're back to about the money again. And there's lots of companies like Mark said, there's lots of companies out there you could follow, but there's a lot of companies out there that just sell products that I refer to as disposable income products. If you got money, you'll buy it. If you don't have money, you don't. And but when it comes to your health, you'll buy it. And the beauty is we have the best health products that are out there, bar none. What can I say? Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, we're going to switch now to Randall Jones, who's got one of the most amazing stories in probably in our company, because I've known Randall now for probably a decade. And Randall, are you with us?
Yes, I am, Chris.
Oh my goodness, Randall, dude, you know, Randall, when he's going to speak, he dresses up for us. So Randall actually put on a suit. So it's got to be a new suit because he's lost so much weight. Why don't you tell us your story, Randall?
Well, Chris, about 14 months ago, my health was absolutely failing. My A1C was a 13. And for those of y'all that aren't familiar with diabetic numbers, an A1C of a 13 is actually, you're lucky if you're not in a diabetic coma. But I wasn't. And we worked on with my doctor to try to get my weight down and my blood sugar down, and it just was not working. Finally, after a year of working with the doctors, I got very frustrated. It's like, when am I actually going to be able to lose all this weight? Because I have a heart problem too. If I don't lose the weight, I'm going to die. And they looked at me and said, Randy, you're on 6 shots of insulin, high doses of insulin. You're on 10 other medications. You're not going to lose weight. Right now, we are trying to keep you as long as we possibly can, which means I'm facing death at that point. I got into a really depressive state for about a month, and then I just got pissed off. I was like, I'm not ready to die. I have a 13-year-old at that point son that needs a father, and I need to figure this out. So I got with my wife and my child and really just started talking about weight loss. Can we do this as a family? And we got on the Slenderex and Rejuvenex and MOA, and within about the first 3 months, 90 days, I'd lost 55 pounds. My A1C was down far enough I could get up my insulin numbers. I've now lost 115 pounds. I'm not on any diabetic medicines whatsoever. My health is back. And all that came from the ability to say no to the poisons. My daily before this was eating Reese's, Snickers, Oreos. Those were my favorites. And Slenderex didn't cure me of my diabetes. I still have diabetes. but my blood sugar is regulated with my health. It's regulated with the way I eat, and I'm able to say no to the poisons in my body. And I have my health back. I have my life back.
Thank you, Randall. And I want to make sure that I think Randall did a great job of explaining. There wasn't a miracle here that he put under his tongue and all at once he became healed. The fact is, Randall made changes. All the program did was help him to make those changes. And Randall, you're one of those that inspire a whole lot of people across the country. The chat box is blowing up. And if you haven't seen all of Randall's story and seen his before and after pictures, you may want to make sure you go to researchmoa.com and watch that 13-minute video. Randall is featured in that video as well. So thank you, Randall, for doing that. Now I'm going to swip over to his sponsor, Chip and Janice Hellman. I know they're coming in from Texas, and Chip and Janice probably joined this company for the money side, but I think they also have some amazing stories.
Well, Chris, you didn't tell me I'd have to follow Randall Matthew McConaughey Jones, so he's looking mighty sharp. Holy cow! In any case, we have been in since our reason for joining back then was certainly RX and the leadership was awesome, but we were following you and Todd, just to be blunt about it. Success leaves clues. You just only need to pay attention and you can see who's doing it and who's not. My story is simple. I'm in traditional business. We have 484 employees and 4 call centers, now a 5th one that we acquired. And over the last few weeks, given the circumstances going on in our country, we had to move those 400 people and those now 5 call centers to home-based businesses. Quite a challenge. We also had some people who were furloughed, and then senior leadership all took 50% pay cuts to try to get through the times we're in. So that's the glorious life of traditional business, and quite frankly, I'm tired of it. RX, as you know, with home-based business and this business, we can work when we want to, develop the income we want, need, and have a lifestyle to show for it. Just want to point out one thing, if you don't mind. The question is always asked, why does somebody like the Hellmans do or don't do the business, or how does timing fit in? And I just want to describe 5 steps. If you think of yourself going up 5 steps, it's the motivation stair steps. Step 1 is awareness. So in our case, we're aware that there is a better way. Step 2 is understanding. Gosh, I really understand that if I work hard at this business, it'll pay me better than my traditional job. So awareness, understanding, concern. We're concerned over our day jobs or our life or our health. The 4th step, and this is where it gets important, is dissatisfaction. Now I'm up to the dissatisfaction step, and I'm dissatisfied with the way things are because I see something better out there. And the 5th and final step is the action step. So if you think about it as putting your hand on a hot stove, you can race up those 5 steps really quickly. I'm aware it's hot, get all the way up to act, remove your hand. And some of that is just an impulse. But many of us get up there to the dissatisfaction step, and the action step has a bit of a lip on it. And we'll put 1 step up on the action step, take a little action, and then we retreat to the dissatisfaction step. And Janice and I have kind of been doing that. We've sponsored some great people like Randall and so forth, but we are totally dissatisfied with traditional business, and you're fixing, as they say in Tennessee, fixing to see some real action. So we're done with the traditional stuff. So that's our story in a nutshell, Chris.
Thank you so much, Chip. And I want people to realize Chip's sitting in his motorhome. So this is not like Chip's broke. He's sitting in the motorhome. This is a guy with a multi 6-figure income. So Chip, thank you for being here. And the last one I've got before we switch to Aaron Decker is Wayne Wilson. Wayne is coming to us from Little Rock, Arkansas. And Wayne's someone I've known for pretty much a decade. And so I want to make sure that you realize that, very simply put, Wayne, tell us your story before we switch to the next one.
Hey, well, my story's not as great as the others, but we're excited about it anyway. about a year ago, Richard Tuggle came to see us and about real estate. And he didn't say much, but we hadn't seen him in a while, and he had a big transformation. And you don't want to ask somebody a whole lot because it could be health or something. And Debbie, after he leaves, Debbie keeps bugging me and telling me, call Richard, call Richard. So I finally called Richard going down the road one day, and he started telling me about RX. And I said, I don't want to hear about it. I'll send you Debbie's number. So he got with Debbie. I said, whatever Debbie does, I'm fine. And we didn't want to do no networking. So it was about 2 months before I got on the product. But the product, I've lost 41 pounds, and Debbie's down to her goal, I think 21 pounds. And we're taking it for health reasons, just to be healthy. We can't do anything about getting older, but we can sure do something about our health. Our daughter's a clinical pharmacist, and she had been here and didn't tell us, but she kind of researched the product, and now she's a rep and takes the product religiously, but and she encourages us to stay with it and what we're doing. And so we just shared the product after a little while, and we've had this team support from Richard and Chris and Todd, and we got to share it with a few people like Susan Terry Glasgow and Merle Wilson and these people, and the red now Mark, so the rest of the story. So it's pretty good to have a weekly income hitting your bank account. So no one wants a job, and if you retire on about half of what you were making, I think anyone would be interested in supplementing their income. So yeah, we're pretty excited about it. And I think we're just kind of regret that we waited 2 months before we started. People don't need to learn everything there is to learn about this business. They need to trust the doctors that's on staff here that approved this product and these stories and go to work, it's like compound interest. So the quicker you get started, the quicker you're going to get that weekly money. So anyway, we're excited about it, and just glad Richard came and seen us.
Thank you, Wayne. And guys, that's going to conclude the ones I have. I have other stories we could have, but we're going to try, we're actually doing our best to try to talk to several people. And one thing about Wayne, I can't get over how his color's changed. I haven't seen him in a few months, and I did, not just say that because he's out here. I'm like, dang, Wayne, you look different. You look 20 years younger than you did just a very short period of time ago. So guys, I'm gonna change over the moderator here. I don't want to build his head up too much, but I've been friends with Aaron for coming up on 2 decades. We got secrets we couldn't tell anybody. We know Aaron and I were in another company together, and we've only been in 2 companies, but Aaron is he's a good person, and he's not just he's a networker, but I've watched Aaron over the years go from a guy who really didn't want to be in front of a room, didn't really want to talk to people, was really an introvert cowboy is the way I would describe him. But I also knew about Aaron was he had a great heart. He took, he did so many things in his Roanoke Ranch for children. If you don't know about Aaron and his ranch, you need to really Google search Roanoke Ranch and the things he does to help children. But Aaron became a person that is on our team. Very fortunate that he really, gosh, what can I say? Aaron asked me to sponsor him here. How do you like that one? And this guy's like chairperson level 2 or something to that level. And so, but Aaron is not only a good person, but the most important part about Aaron is he's married to Dr. Ginger. So he is Mrs. Dr. Ginger. So Aaron Decker, I'm going to turn this over to you. I couldn't help but throw that in.
No worries. Hey, thank you, Chris. Guys, isn't it amazing listening to all these testimonies? And again, I want to reiterate why are our products so different and unique is number one, I challenge anyone watching this video or that's on the Zoom currently to find a company that has more third-party verification certifications. You guys, our company doesn't just say that we're clean, safe, and effective, but they go to great lengths by getting other companies to certify and verify that. So that's what sets our company really apart. Again, also want to reiterate, guys, we don't treat, cure, diagnose, and prevent anything. Give your body the right tools. Your body knows what to do. Like Chris said, our products aren't magic. Our products are just clean. They don't have toxins in them. So we're going to listen to a couple other testimonies here really quick. Jeannie Herman. Jeannie's an amazing lady. She's got an incredible testimony. So Jeannie, if you're with us, go ahead and share, please.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeannie Herman from Michigan. And my story began last October when Aaron came into my work and he had to rent napkins. And later he introduced me to his lovely wife, Dr. Ginger. We sat down, talked about my health concerns, and I started with the Lifeboat Pack. And then I noticed immediate relief from my arthritis, inflammation, my joints weren't hurting anymore. I took my weight serious in January and started with the SlenderX, introduced the Giving Greens, the MOA, and today I'm down 35 pounds, 3 pant sizes. I feel great. I'm blessed to be part of the RX family. I can't wait to see more weight melt off, and I love to share and care with all my friends. And I'm so proud of my husband who has joined, and he's helping me out. So thanks everyone for just being part of my family.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. Hey, we're going to jump right to Jackie from Massachusetts. Jackie.
Hi, my name's Jackie. I'm from actually Rhode Island. I started with RX back in June, and from June to November, I lost 60 pounds, and I just feel absolutely amazing. I take the Slenderize, the MOA, the Rejuvenix, and all of the other supplements along with the shakes, the Pure Nourish shakes and the Giving Greens. I add even to the sweets that I make. So, so my family doesn't know, but it's just absolutely amazing. My 15-year-old tries to steal my clothes from me, which normally moms would hate that, but I absolutely love it. And let's see, what else did I'm sleeping better. Also, something else that's really important to me is I did have high anxiety. I worried a lot. I was on SSRIs. I am no longer on that at all. I'm sleeping better. I would say only a quarter of the time do I take a sleeping pill. I just feel absolutely amazing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Hey, Marla, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here.
Fantastic. Marla's got an amazing transformation story as well. Marla, could you share it with us, please?
Yeah, hi everybody. Before RX, I had horrible inflammation, incredible stress, insomnia. I had chronic adrenal fatigue. Cortisol levels were crazy. That was proved by labs, and I was too tired to exercise, even in those yoga pants I put on. And I'd have flu-like symptoms or respiratory issues that would come up from an underlying infection I'd had for years. And so I had already been looking and praying for some health solutions. And when we learned about the quality of the company and their products, knew it was right, and soon after started on everything. Within literally days, I felt a huge difference. And to really give a shout out, at that time, circumstances of my life, mega stress, and the product supported me while often functioning on 2 to 5 broken hours of sleep for months. So against odds, I received stress support, relief from inflammation, increased sleep, chronic heartburn that I hadn't mentioned disappeared, and I lost 44 pounds. I got a younger me back. So great.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Marla. Now we're going to go to Vince Green, top criminal defense attorney in the state of Michigan. Vince, we'd love to hear your story.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Good morning from Michigan. As a criminal defense attorney, practicing attorney in the state of Michigan, I'm only as good as the next client that comes through the door. And so when RX found me, really I was at first I was kind of looking for both health and a financial issue, and as Mark says, it is nice to get that mailbox money. I love that. But over the last number of months, I've lost 83 pounds on our phenomenal products. We talk about my tailor. One of the greatest things my tailor said, Mr. Green, I can't take your suits in anymore. So we just love this company. The products are clean. They're the best products I've ever seen. And all the other health issues, like you said, we can't treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose. But it's interesting, the high blood pressure medications I'm off, no more acid reflux, and so I love it. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks so much. We nicknamed him now Skinny Vinny. Now I've got a good friend of mine. She's actually calling in from the state of Tennessee, but she's from Michigan. Mary, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Like he said, I'm Mary and I'm from Tennessee currently, but we'll be coming back to Michigan soon. 5.5 years ago, I walked into a meeting and met a lot of people that I'd actually gone to high school with, and they had all lost some weight. I had gone to the meeting to help my daughter. I had given up on myself, and I lost the 14 pounds the first month on the drops. Then I had a couple months where I just didn't lose, but I kept working at it. And after that, the weight just started dropping off. And so moving forward 5 years, I have now lost 187 pounds and I feel better than I ever have. I can wear my granddaughter, she's with me right now. She's 18 now, and I can wear her clothes. So that's special.
Absolutely incredible, you guys. And again, I was there that first presentation that Mary walked in, and you would not even believe it. She's lost actually more than I weigh. So unbelievable story. Thanks so much for joining and sharing your transformation this morning. Next, Michelle DeWitt, are you with us?
I am. Hi, I'm Michelle from Swartz Creek, Michigan. My transformation isn't as amazing as everybody else's, but I had gotten started on the products when somebody told me, Nikki told me that I could stop drinking my Diet Coke very quickly if I tried some of these drops, or she's known of people who have gotten off of their soda addiction with this, and I was very skeptical. And after a few months of going back and forth with her, I decided to try the drops, and I would not admit it to her, but after about 4 days, without any headaches or any withdrawal symptoms from the soda, I just stopped opening my soda at work and just stopped drinking it. And I was drinking about a 6-pack of Diet Coke a day, and just stopped. I didn't taper down. I just didn't open it one day and realized, wow, I didn't have any of my soda today. And there was a couple 6-packs sitting in my garage that I ended up giving away because I never had it. It's been over a year and I still have not drank any soda. Haven't had the need to, and really don't want any. And that's very hard for me to do because I was very addicted to my Diet Coke. And then I lost 8 pounds to go along with that. So
Absolutely incredible. And you guys, here's the thing. Every transformation is important. But again, like Michelle just said, the drops for most people are what we like to call liquid discipline. So it just gives you the discipline to just either not desire it or to say no. So fantastic. Thank you so much, Michelle. Now we're going to move on to Jamie Kramer. Jamie, love to hear from you.
Hey, Aaron, thank you. So I use almost every single product that RX sells, but I have 2 that I actually carry on my person because I cannot be without them. One of them is the Accelerate, and that's because the herbs that are in the Accelerate have been a game changer for my anxiety and nerves. And even to the point that my kids mentioned it, they said after a couple of months of regular use, my son said, "You just seem like you're calm. Like you just slowed down a lot and you smile a lot more." And so I just thought everybody needs that. And it's really good for me too when I have stress-induced migraines. It's really good for like the next day for energy, clarity, rebound headaches and things like that. And then the second thing that I'm actually afraid to be without is Venali, because I have really bad allergies. I have some mild asthma, and I use a rescue inhaler. And so I notice, like when I've been in situations where I know that my allergies will be increased or that my asthma will be triggered, I will increase my dose of Venali for a couple of weeks prior. And I've actually been in situations where before I would rely on my rescue inhaler, I've not had to use it at all. And so please don't hoard this because I need it right now, especially with everything going around, and it's allergy season on top of it. So every labored breath is like, what is that? So I've been taking a lot of Venali right now, and if for nothing else, just for peace of mind, it's been really, really helpful.
Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. And now our next guest, Jessica, I don't know if you were able to make it on. I know you were having some difficulties, but Jessica, if you're on, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm here. So I'm from Michigan, and I started years ago with Jane, and I always loved the products. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do the business, but the business has come as the business grows. It's been nice to have a steady income coming in. And just recently, with the income, I was able to pay off my student loans. And then last week, with everything going crazy in the world, I went, all right, let's just pay off the car too. So I went and wrote that check last week.
Fantastic, guys. How fun is that when you can have a health transformation and a bank account transformation in a positive way? Now we're going to move on to a guy, good friend of mine. He owns his own insurance business, Paul Messner.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paul Messner. Hey, I got in this a while back from a good buddy of mine, and since January 25th, I've lost about 36 pounds. And I wasn't really looking to do the business, but now that I feel so much better, I like to share that with people. And so I'm sharing it with friends, family, having a great time. My energy levels up. My wife thinks I'm crazy because I'm running around remodeling bathrooms, raking the yard. I got a 14-week-old puppy that keeps me busy. I'm chasing all around. And oh, by the way, I'm going to be 69 years old this year. So I feel like I'm about 30 and been reborn. So yeah, it's a crazy world, but I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul, for sharing. And then Jane Boland, are you here? Jane is an incredible lady that's helped so many people. She helps people across the country and around the world. But Jane, we'd love to hear from you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Jane Boland, and you know, I love hearing all these transformations because really that's what it's all about. So my story is more about the freedom aspect. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a wellness practitioner, and I was looking for clean products for my clients, found RX, and I have to say they're the best products I found out there. They help so many people, so I've been able to help a lot of people. But then the flip side is, for myself, I help my daughter navigate the entertainment industry. I can go with her all over. We were able, because of this business, to buy a couple vacation homes, so I can work from anywhere I want and help as many people as I want because I can take this anywhere with me. So I'm all about freedom, no office hours, make as much as I want, help as many people as I want. So my story is all about freedom.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Now, as we move on here, first of all, again, I want to reiterate, the products give your body the right tools to do what your body needs to do. Our products aren't something that heals, treats, cures, diagnoses, or prevents anything. But also, as you listen to like Jane and Jessica and a lot of other financial transformations, guys, all you got to do is refer to our income disclosure statement, and you'll see that what they're talking about is real and legit. As you get out there, and again, all of this takes work, right? We're working, but think what else that people do to earn income. Think what else people work on their health all the time. We're just giving them the tools and the support to succeed. So as we move on, I get to introduce a good friend of mine. You guys, you want to talk about a big heart, but also not only has this gentleman got a big heart, but he has helped literally now thousands, actually tens of thousands of people transform bank accounts, their health, and even more. He's just an incredible man. And again, he's made tons and tons of money in this industry, but more importantly, and if you'll ask him, it's not about what he gets to make, it's about all the people that he's helped transform financially and with their health. So with that, Mr. Ken Bailey, please take it away.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that so much. Can you hear me good?
Absolutely.
All right. Guys and gals, we're going to move right along. We got several more people to get to. We thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Chris, Todd. Guys, as we sit here today, I don't believe there's ever been a better time in our history of our world to have a home-based business with residual income. But you know what? About a few weeks from now, when we come out of this, there would even be a better time. So we're excited about what's going on. I do want to say, as Aaron has already said, we don't treat, cure, diagnose anything. It's the ingredients in these products. And I know most people on the line, but just real briefly, I've been 18 years full-time in the industry now, 7 years with RX. Like Chris and Todd and Aaron, only ever done 2 companies, but I will say this, folks, joining RX, the best financial decision I've ever made in my life, the best decision I've ever made for my health. I've had transformations both health-wise and financially, as we've said, and where they were talking about drinking soda, I kicked a 25-year soda habit myself as well. And I had to laugh when Mark Thomas was talking about if you're making $10,000 a month, you're on poverty. Well, folks, I'm from Southern West Virginia originally. And Mark, if I'd have made $10,000 in a month in Southern West Virginia, I would have been a top income earner in the county. So it's pretty amazing what I've been blessed to do, folks. But I'm going to move down through some testimonials here as well. The first one up, one of the biggest, most amazing testimonies in our company, Leroy Peralta from down in Louisiana. You with us, Leroy?
Good morning, Ken. Yes. How are you?
Awesome.
Well, just really quick, I do want to make the medical disclaimer here that I'm not making any medical claims, but I will tell you what MOA did for me personally. I very quickly, I survived 3 heart attacks within, I had 3 within 7 months. And after my 3rd heart attack, Tammy Crumwoody, who I had met when I lived in Myrtle Beach, I had a restaurant down there. She called me just to check up on me, see how I was doing, and told her what that I was on 7 different medications, how crappy I was feeling, fatigue, I was losing my voice. She automatically told me to hang on. She put me on 3-way with Todd. Todd explained to me about MOA. Back then, there was only 34 ingredients, but I started taking the MOA. And my little girl was only 2.5 years old. So for me to keep up with her, I could only take 15, maybe 20 steps when I would have to stop because I would have to catch my breath. But what I noticed after I started taking MOA, not only did I get my voice back within 3 days, but I started getting the energy. I saw myself, going after my little girl and not having to stop. So, I tell people, besides my faith in God, MOA was a godsend, and you just never know the people that you're going to meet. I had met Tammy before RX, and it's because of her and Todd and RX that I'm here today. Because back in January 2016, I had a full-blown heart transplant, and I've been taking the MOA, and 8 months after my heart transplant, I was already at my 1-year mark. So the product is unbelievable. It's healthy, and it's even better now because now it's 36 other world superfoods, along with that patent pending Natrix, that natural preservative. So thank you.
Awesome, Leroy. Just every time I hear that testimony, blown away by it. Now we're going to move up to Tennessee. A guy named Brent Parrish up there. Brent, are you with us, buddy?
I'm here, Ken. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Got you.
Got you. I appreciate it, Ken. Good morning to everyone. Just listening to these testimonies, it is just really awesome. But the real reason, that I got started in the beginning, Ken, was, I just saw the opportunity, and crazy thing happened. I just found out, just realized how good these products are, and over time, it's just incredible. Some of the things I do with the Optimals and the Denali and just things like that, just with the energy, clean energy, just incredible products that truly made a huge difference in just the way I feel and do. You hear like Leroy's story is just incredible what's going on everywhere, but just the basic, just feeling good, getting healthy, and just, I would not do without them now. Matter of fact, the Slenderize, I did that when we first got started just to lose a little bit of weight, and I lost like 20 pounds in 3 weeks. And I said, I can't even look at it now. I think I'll lose 5 pounds if I look at it. So I was trying to gain it back. But that stuff's just incredible. But just crazy good products that that just make a difference in people's lives. How important is that today? And to bring it to now, when I first getting started, wanting to do an opportunity, just to create an extra income, and just life got in the way and just got really busy and focused on work. But looking at today, with all that's going on, I just look at it, you don't want to see anybody go through, getting sick or whatever. But right now I'm looking at it on the flip side as just a tremendous opportunity to really put some more time in this thing and just get it to a point where, we just get it bigger and go help more people and just introduce products to them. Just been an incredible ride. Just a great company. It's just unbelievable.
Awesome, Brent. As Brent said, now is a great time. Many people who have been working and haven't had a chance to work their RX business, now's the chance to do that. So now we're going to jump up into the great state of Virginia. Got several folks in Virginia. I love these testimonies, popcorn kind of style. First guy up is the old man up in Virginia, Mr. Rob Agnew in Christiansburg. Rob.
Hey, Ken, can you hear me?
Gotcha.
All right, brother. Well, you know, when we met back in the day, I was a recruiter in the military, and I felt like, you know, if I could find people that could put their life on the line to serve others and serve our country, surely I could find people who want to make some money. So this is a prospecting business. And, you know, this is a rough time we're going through and all, but this situation is a tremendous icebreaker as well. That's one of the hardest things about prospecting. A prime example, went to a restaurant, was talking to a guy and said, you know, how's this affecting you? And he said, well, actually, we're closing. We may reopen, we may not. But thankfully, I have another job, and this is my side income. And he said, but I need that. And I said, well, you know, I can't promise you anything, but my partners and I are really working on some pretty big projects. And as things kind of settle down a little bit, maybe we ought to get together. We're looking for quality managers. He gave me his contact info right on the spot. You know, Ken, hopelessness is a terrible feeling that people can have over any situation. But we have a message of hope if we really open up our mouth and talk to people and say, you know, if you don't have a plan B, we need to talk. So that's what I'm doing, and that's where I'm moving toward.
Awesome, Rob. Rob's growing a big team up there in Virginia. Next up is one of Rob's personal sponsors, Andrew Epperly, young Andrew, the millennial guy. Are you with us, buddy? I saw him there a minute ago. Andrew, are you with us? Okay, he may have to, if you get back on, Andrew, join us. We'll jump another one of your teammates, Rob, Melanie Gussler. Melanie, you with us? All right, well, the Virginia group, maybe something going on with their internet up in Virginia. I know the next Virginia couple's with us. I see them there loud and clear. Mike and Lisa Guidry from Richmond, Virginia. Will you join us, guys?
Absolutely. Glad to be here. We are in Richmond, Virginia, been here 20 years, and we've come from a long 20 years grind of dry cleaning and laundry. And it's been a wonderful industry for us. We've built cleaners from here to California. We love it, but to be honest with you, the grind of employees, regulations, those things can really wear a person down. I've heard a couple of people mention about the struggles of business, and that's why we started looking. And we're one of the few, like I heard, I think it was Mark mentioned that no one prospected us. We researched lots and lots of companies, and I believe it was Tim Sales videos that we watched religiously, and we just had a connection with him. Lo and behold, we made a phone call, and none other than Ken Bailey shows up. So we knew that we were home. It's an amazing movement, and we're happy to be part of it.
Yeah, RX has done so much for us. We went full-time starting in January of this year, and just being able to serve people where they have a need. We've been connecting a lot with a lot of single moms, and RX just has the integrity and the values and just the ethics that we were looking for in a company. I cannot say enough about you guys. Ken, you're awesome. The company is amazing. It's just, I can go on and on. The products are a whole different story. It's changed our lives in so many different ways. We've lost weight, not even expecting that from the business, because we joined it because of the business focus. But the transformation that the products have done for our lives has been just a big bonus.
Awesome. Lisa and Mike. Remember that name, Lisa and Mike Guidry. They're going to be heading up the leaderboard. I can just tell you right now. Great couple.
Thank you.
We're going to switch gears, go down to my hometown here in North Carolina. My good friend, David Kleberg. Dave, are you there, buddy? You'll have to click unmute. It looks like Zoom might be giving us some technical difficulties. Dave, if you could click, can you hear us there, buddy? Huh. All right, and Andrew Epperly's on from Virginia. Andrew, you want to try again there, buddy?
Yes, can you hear me?
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Andrew Epperly from the Christiansburg, Blacksburg, Virginia. Welcome.
All right. Well, it's great to be here with you guys. So I definitely joined the RX business because of the opportunity. But honestly, going into it, the first couple of months, I started taking the products, and I really did see a difference there. There's been so many great transformations that I've just heard today and seen throughout the whole process. But I think one thing that might get overlooked a little bit is you see the huge weight loss, but these products really can take a good athlete to a great athlete and a great athlete to an elite athlete. And that's sort of the side that I really love to focus on. And for me, I take MOA, Pure Nourish, Power Boost, and Giving Greens. And whenever I take those, man, my performance, recovery, inflammation is just incredible. And then outside of the gym setting, my immune system is just phenomenal. I've been taking it for about 4 or 5 months now, and I haven't had one sore throat, runny nose, ear infection. And I've also seen it affect close people in my life, like my mom, my dad. You know, they both work 70 hours a week in a traditional business, and my mom has carpal tunnel in her hands. And whenever she takes MOA, she's able to get more range of motion in her wrist, and it's just incredible. And my dad is able to breathe clear when he takes MOA, and they're two of the most skeptical humans in the world. So it's just been a great process, and looking forward to many more years.
Awesome, Andrew. Great testimony from the young man there. Let's go back. Dave Kleberg in North Carolina. Are you there, Dave? I know he's here, but he's having trouble getting unmuted. Dave Kleberg, can you hear us? All right. Well, Zoom's giving us some problems today. I guess there's too many people using it, right? All right, we're going to switch gears to Tennessee. Danessa, are you with us?
Hey, Ken, I'm here.
Oh, gotcha. How about your quick testimony for us?
Yeah.
Danessa.
Hey, guys. I'm calling from Nashville, Tennessee today, and just wanted to give you some quick information about the RX products and how they've changed my family's life. My daughter is 18. She had heart surgery last year, and I have 2 very athletic, active boys, ages 10 and 12, that have asthma and use the rescue inhalers. And all 3 of my children are completely off all prescription medicine now and doing great. The biggest thing that has happened recently was in October of 2019, my husband, that had just turned 50, was diagnosed with diabetes and also frontal lobe dementia. So the medicine that they had given us to take, they said it was completely optional. There wasn't much we could do for him at that time. But the side effects were really going to be bad with his diabetic situation. So I talked to Randall, I talked to Jane, I talked to Janice, and then our fearless leaders, Ken and Todd, helped me choose the right transformation pack for him. And my husband was told he would not be able to speak by December of this past December, that his speech would be really, really bad. And he is still jabbering like nobody's business. I mean, I can't get him to be quiet. And he has not progressed at all. He's not taken any diabetic medicine. My whole family is prescription free, even me. So we're all doing great. And we went back to the doctor for a checkup with Greg, and they said, I don't know what you're doing. Can't tell you, whatever it is that you're doing, you keep doing it, because he has not progressed, and he is very stable and maintained. And it's just been a complete godsend. And I'm very thankful for RX.
Wow. Thank you, Danessa. Once again, I do want to say we don't treat, diagnose, or cure anything. It's because of the clean ingredients that Danessa has found there and her husband's using. So just want to make that clear, but amazing story. We're going to stay in the great state of Tennessee, one of Danessa's people. John Eubank. John, are you there, buddy?
I'm here. Thank you. I hope everybody can hear me well. Absolutely awesome to be on these calls. I tell people if they're down and out about the coronavirus, you can get on one of these calls and get all the positivity you need for the morning or afternoon. Knowing Todd Rowland and I went to college and played football together, and had known Todd had done very well in this industry and had gotten in touch with me and told me about the great products that RX had. The one thing that I absolutely love, playing football and having to lift the weights all through being younger up through college, the MOA absolutely took all the inflammation away, arthritis, just absolutely incredible for me. And I really noticed how much when I took it, how it went away. But then I went on a trip and wasn't sure if I could take the MOA with me, and was gone for 5 days, and it had all come back. And I just realized how much that MOA was really helping me out. As far as helping me with my immune system, my wife and I are taking probably about 8 a day right now, just to make sure that we're keeping everything away from us. My wife, who's not on the call today, she's busy delivering babies. She had chronic asthma and has started taking the Benali. We got the air purifier for our house that Chris Doyle told us all about, and then Chris Doyle's story about the Benali, and got my wife on that as soon as I could, and it has completely got her off her inhalers. The SlenderX and Rejuvenex has really been awesome. The products are so great and clean and have helped so many people. We're probably going to hear from my father-in-law here in a second, who's gotten on the product and has just a great story. But so proud to be a part of this company and have all these great products that we can tell others about and take. So thanks so much, Ken.
Awesome, John. Right before we go to the rest of the Tennessee group, I'm going to try Dave Kleberg one more time. Dave, can you hear us? I think we got you, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
Got you.
All right. Thank goodness. I don't know what was going on. I'm sorry. Anyway, just really quick. I lost 40 pounds 5 years ago, and I've been able to keep it off ever since then. And this is really a good time. I'm glad you asked me to do this because I just recently got my numbers. I'm 57 years old. And according to my numbers, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I have 6% visceral fat, and my body fat percentage is 12.4, which is awesome. And I'm not one that works out. I just stay on the go. So, and people ask me all the time how I'm able to continue to go and do the things that I do, and it's because of these products. And I lost the weight with Slenderize and just been able to keep it off, which has been fantastic. So there you go.
Awesome, Dave. I appreciate it, buddy. We're going to go back up to Tennessee. As John said, his father-in-law, Paul Blount. Paul, are you with us, buddy?
Yes, I am, Ken. Thank you so much. What great testimonies we have today. And I just want to thank John for talking to me twice, 3 times, 4 times about RX. I'm finally joined, and it was a month ago, yesterday, that I came on with RX. Todd Rowland helped me so much. You helped me. I'm using the SlenderX, the Accelerate, the MOA, and the Rejuvenex. And just in this 1 month, I've lost 15 pounds. I was at 195 for quite some time, about 5 years, and I didn't really think I'd go down anymore. And just last month, a month ago, started taking the Slenderize, the Accelerate, and dropped 15 pounds. Even better than that, though, I'm a type 2 insulin-dependent diabetic, and I've been that way for 20 years. And lately, in the last few years, I've gotten my diabetes under control and my blood sugar, but I thought that was about as good as it could get. This last month, I've gone down almost no insulin at all. And so I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what happens in the next few months, and just love what we're doing.
Wow, that's amazing, Paul. And you're what was your former background?
Well, I was just a fundraiser for Christian universities.
Okay, that's why.
And I also want to thank God for sending me here.
Buddy, it's great to have you. An amazing testimony there. We're going to stay in a great state of Tennessee, moving right along here. Mark and Beth Lewis, y'all been hearing some of their stories on some of the other Zooms we're having. Just amazing what they've got going. And I think Mark and Beth may have Todd Graff with them. So we're going to turn it over to Todd and Beth for a minute or so here. Mark, are you there?
Hey, we're here. Todd had to run. He had something at a time he had to run off and go do real quick.
Okay.
So he didn't make it. He's not on here anymore, but he was talking about how awesome it was to listen to all the positive stories and everything. He said it was pretty cool. So it was nice that we had this. Beth and I have been on the product and been with the company for about a month. And our family's lost 45 pounds. I've lost 21 and she's lost 10 and my son's lost 14. So he's a 17-year-old football player. I'm going to lose a little weight. But really the business opportunity I see in this thing is unbelievable. I've been in the insurance world for 15 years. understand what residual income means and how it works, because I've lived on it for years. And this is just a great opportunity. This is much easier to go talk to people, stuff about people can see immediate results at versus insurance that they got to have a wreck or something before they realize that what they spent their money on. Okay. So that's great stuff. We've been able to sign up 7 people in our first 4 weeks. So we've got an awesome group started, and we're just glad to be a part of this organization. I think it's a top-notch one, and Ken and Todd Rowland have been awesome and just super help. And if you're not in the organization, you're on this call, man. Today's a great day to sign up.
Amazing. Beth, you want to say anything to us?
I think he says it all.
Uh-oh. But we just caused the fight.
And we don't have that much time for both of us to talk.
Y'all do have an amazing story. Again, folks, remember that name, Mark and Beth Lewis. You're going to be hearing a lot from them as well. And we're going to move right along down to the great state of Mississippi. By the way, some people, as Mark said, have had to get off because of our time and running a little bit long and whatever. But this is being recorded, so we're going to have literally thousands and thousands of people are going to go back and watch this. I'll go back and watch it myself and so forth. So just keep that in mind as we move along. But Ronnie Blakeney from down in Mississippi, are you with us, Ronnie?
Good morning. I am. How are you?
Great, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. How about a short story? That be good?
Yes, sir. Like
hey,
30
listen.
seconds.
Yeah. Listen, like everybody else, I started this journey with a lot of apprehension, a little fear. But one of the things that happened to me when we all got together originally with the company and took a close look, be honest with you, I was blown away by the integrity. And that integrity and the theme of what these people do that's behind the scenes, the leadership of the company, is absolutely second to none. And then, of course, too, my journey, very simple, got on the products, the Slenderize and several other things. And in that course, I dropped 67 pounds in 34 weeks. And so that's my testimony. There again, 2 things that's very important. The products actually work and they're clean. And 2, the depth and the integrity of the leadership of this company is second to none.
Outstanding, Ronnie. Thank you, buddy. You're always faithful. We appreciate you so much. Now, our last group is from the great state of Alabama. We got a few folks up there being led by Mr. Jerry Halsey. Most of you have heard Jerry on our calls and so forth. Jerry, can you hear me, buddy?
I can. Ken, you got me?
Got you loud and clear. We'll let you bring up, I think you got Kim, David, Natalie, Lorraine. Go right on through there, and then we'll let Chris and Todd close us out. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. I'll give you a minute or so of my testimony. Ken, you and Todd know it well. But actually, hold on just a second. I want to say Randall Jones looked great, didn't he? Man, he is the bomb.
Matthew McConaughey, he's going to have a new...
Man, he stole the show this morning, I promise. And so did Mural. I mean, listen, I want to make it to 73 and be barrel racing or pole bending or whatever he was doing too. So I guarantee you. So, Ken, I joined the company originally for the income part of it, the residual income part. I'm a business owner. I'm a contractor. I listened to what the Guidry said just a few minutes ago about the woes that they went through, opening up dry cleaners across the country with the problems you have with employees and the liability insurance and just the headaches of a traditional business. And I want to be a business owner, but I don't want to have all the headaches that comes with a traditional business. And that's what really drew me to RX, that and the integrity of you and Todd. So what happened was I began to build a business, but a side effect of this company and me building a business here was my family lost 268 pounds combined. I lost 27 of those. Ken, you know this story well. When we first joined, I couldn't even qualify for life insurance. Now I've got about a $500,000 policy with preferred rates. So like so many others on this Zoom call this morning, I've turned my health completely around. Yeah, I lost some weight, and that's good, but I turned my health around. I'm 53 years old, and I feel as good now as I did when I was in my early 30s, and that's not me hyping or exaggerating or anything. So I love what this company has done for me, my family. I still get a check, a weekly check. Our governor just shut the state of Alabama down yesterday at 5 o'clock. So we're kind of homebound for a little while. So I'm excited about being able to work this business the same way we're doing it right now this morning. So, that's my testimony. I'm trying to keep it short, but Ken, you have the list in front of you, but you could bring Kim or David or anybody else up next that you want.
Okay, I appreciate that, Jerry, so much, and we will stay in the great state of Alabama. Kim Gray, are you with us?
I am.
Got you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Kim Gray, and my testimony is I was born with a form of muscular dystrophy that I had to have help getting around, going up steps, getting up out of the chair, even sometimes even trying to walk. I would always have to have help. And but a year ago, my daughter introduced me to Jerry Halsey, and my life changed forever. I started out with the Slenderize and the MOA, and I've lost over 64 pounds, and I feel amazing. And now I don't have to have help walking or getting up out of a chair, or I have not even fallen. I usually fall, but I have not even fallen since I've been on these amazing products. And like I said, my life has changed because of RX. I've got a business now that's growing out of sight, and there's more to come. Thank you.
Awesome, Kim. And she's parlayed that, folks, into a great business. She's a top 10 power ranker in all of our region in 4 countries. So Kim Gray is on the leaderboard, and plus an amazing transformation health-wise also. And we're going to jump to another Alabama. David Doherty, you with us, Dave?
Yes, sir, Ken. I'm here. Can you hear me?
We got you, buddy.
Okay, great. Yeah, we joined RX, me and Amy did, because she wanted to lose weight, and we had met Jerry through another person that's in RX and really liked what he had to share with us. And so we decided to join and get her the products, and decided also to do the wholesale account because I was interested in the money. Well, to make a long story short, she lost 20 pounds pretty quick on the products within a month or two, and people were interested in what we were doing, so they signed up. But another thing that happened was my job, my regular employer, cut all of our salaries by 25%, right after we joined, and we had no idea that was coming. And within just a few months, thank goodness we were in RX, the residual income that RX offers more than supplemented the cut that we took from our regular job. So it was a huge blessing on the financial side of things. And I didn't even know it when we joined. I did know I have heart issues. I've had 3 heart attacks, kind of like Leroy did in previous presentation. But I was losing my voice. I couldn't make it through the day. I was exhausted. And so I started trying some of the products, playing around with them. And it, again, a long story short, I'm now off 9 medications. I'm full of energy, and I feel like I'm 20-something years old again. It's been great. So thank you for introducing me to RX, and I'm very excited. So thank you, Ken.
Awesome, Dave. And once again, folks, we don't treat, diagnose, or cure anything. It's because of the great, clean ingredients in these products that people are getting these results. Sticking in the great state of Alabama, I think we got 2 more folks. Natalie Broussard. Natalie, are you with us?
Hey, I'm here.
We got you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Natalie Broussard from Alabama. My story, oh my goodness, my dog's going to start barking. Hush. My story started about 3 months ago. A friend I was struggling with fatigue and joint pain, and I had gained a lot of weight, and I was just struggling really bad. My life was pretty much, I was not happy, and it was just going downhill pretty fast, and I was going to be 50. I'll be 50 this year, and I was like, this is not how I planned my life to go. So anyway, a friend at work put David, who you just saw a moment ago, David Doherty, in touch with me on Facebook. I have never heard of RX, never heard of David. And so he friended me, and so I watched his post for a while and watched his stories. So I was just sitting on the couch one night and finally decided I didn't have anything to lose. I was just feeling awful anyway, so let's just go and just see what this is about. So I went to my first meeting in Andalusia, and I met Kim and heard her testimony, and a few other people there, and Jerry and Todd, and heard about the products. And I've tried everything. So I was just like, okay, God, I need some help. So I believe that God put these people in the right place for me to meet at the right time. So anyway, I started the products January. I've lost 17 pounds the first 2 months. I have not weighed my 3rd month, which is coming up soon. So I only weigh once a month. But anyway, make a long story short, because Jerry asked me to share how these products have helped me, and I have so many different ways how they have helped me. But anyway, I was struggling with a lot of joint pain, and I was having to wear this boot right here, this gorgeous boot since last May. And so I couldn't ride my horses. I couldn't rope. I couldn't compete in barrels. I didn't even want to get up and move and walk. Anything that had to do with walking and moving, I just did not want to do. Had no energy. So I started my transformation pack, and these products have helped me. I don't have to wear this boot anymore. And I'm finally able to ride, and my joint pain is gone. The doctors could not figure out what was going on. I was like, oh yeah, you don't know why I was wearing this boot. It was on my right foot. I was having foot pain. Sorry, guys. And they said, okay, we can't help you. It's maybe arthritis. You might have to wear this boot, whatever. So anyway, the products have helped me. I don't have to wear the boot. The pain is gone, and the weight is coming off, and I'm back at riding and roping. And also, the drops, I guess they help me with my anxiety. I was struggling with anxiety and hormone issues, so they have helped me there. And also, before this quarantine thing, I had started my journey into competing. My trainer wanted me to compete in my natural bodybuilding contest when I'm 50, and that's coming up in the next few months. But now we're quarantined, so I'm out of the gym. So these products have helped me get back in the gym and work toward that goal. It's not over yet. It's just kind of on pause right now. But that you're going to see that transformation also. So anyway.
Awesome, Natalie.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so much. We've got one more, folks. Right before I go to our last one, let me make sure. Melanie Gussler, was you able to get unmuted? Well, you were trying earlier. She's from up. Can you hear me? Try Melanie one more time.
Can you hear me, Ken?
Oh, we got you, Melanie. Go ahead. Well, we had you for a second, and you muted back. Okay, she's having some technical glitches there, folks. So we'll move to our last Alabama lady, Lorraine McFarland. Lorraine, are you there?
I am here, Ken. Thank
We got you, Lorraine. Go right
It's
ahead.
great being with you today. Okay, great. Thanks, Ken. It's great being here today. Yeah, I'm from Alabama. I actually live in Brandon, Florida, but I'm with the Alabama team, and I'm up here right now. I've been here for about 3 weeks, and I don't know when they're going to let me go home. So here I am. So anyway, I wanted to just share. They had asked me to give a testimony, and this started out with me preparing to go on a trip to Ireland. And I knew that I was having problems with my weight, and I was having problems with my knees and my feet, and just having a lot of issues. I had blown out my knee, had torn my meniscus, and I had been to the doctor for weight loss, and they told me, you don't have a metabolism. I went through some hormone treatments, and nothing was working. And so anyway, I kept watching Kim Gray and seeing her transformation. And I decided if I was going to take this trip to Ireland and be on my feet and do these tours for 10 days, I wanted to enjoy it. Otherwise, there was no way I was going to be able to do it. So anyway, I got signed up with RX and started with the Transformation D package. And within just a couple of days, I started with everything, but the MOA, I began to see a huge change in myself. And the one thing that happened to me, which I hadn't expected, is that I had a place on my neck, like a fatty tissue that was on the left side of my neck that had been there for years. And I began to see that go down, and I began to see my jawline appear again. And I really was ecstatic. I was definitely, that was nothing I was expecting, because the doctors had already done a lot of tests and dye injections with x-rays and MRIs and things like that. And they left me saying, well, there's nothing, we have no idea. It might be arthritis. But the MOA, it began to go away. And then I noticed that I was cleaning my carpets one day and squatting down, and all of a sudden I noticed my knees weren't hurting. And like Natalie, when I started this, I had a boot on my foot because I had foot problem. And so I was just a mess, but all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, nothing's hurting, and then my neck was going down. So I got really excited, and I started doing this Motivation Monday because I wanted to tell everybody what was going on. And in the meantime, my weight started going down, and we started this on February the 8th, and I have gone down 23 pounds. My husband joined me, and he's gone down 25 pounds. And so I have so much energy, and I feel like a whole new person. And I can't wait to get back to Florida and get some of my numbers checked out, because I want to tell the doctors that, things have changed, and I'm in a transformation process, and I'm starting to do the business because I want to help people with the same type of situation, because I love the product.
Wow, wow, wow. Another great testimony. What a good one to end on. Fantastic job, Lorraine. And folks, I know we went a little bit long today, but we had the technical issues in the beginning, and still only about an hour and 20 minutes after we got started. And it'll be recorded, and there will literally be thousands and thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people watch this. And we appreciate you so much, and we'll throw it back to you, Chris. I think you're muted there, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ken. And yes, we did go longer than we intended, and I apologize for the issues. We're going to try to get those straightened out. Hopefully that won't happen again. But guys, I'm going to finish with this. Since we did go long, I'm going to keep this very short. I want you to realize that in the world, things change. I do believe that what we're talking about going on worldwide right now is going to change the way the world does business in a lot of ways. And some people won't see that. I mean, we can go back to when I can tell you that it's not been 20 years ago that I didn't want an email address, and I didn't buy Microsoft stock because I didn't want a computer. Think about that. I was told about Microsoft before anybody else had ever even heard of Bill Gates. A friend of mine, he lives on the point on the lake, has a $1 million bus sits in his driveway. Why? Because he recognized something during a change. Now, I'm not going to tell you you can become a multimillionaire just because you sign up or just because you become a part of this company. What I can tell you is this: the world is changing. And the other countries, Mark Thomas brought this to my attention. If you start looking at the Asian countries, there's more people in network marketing in Asia because of the way the economy works and the way they do things. It's very difficult to get there. I challenge you to realize you have an opportunity right now before you. And instead of everybody else talking about how bad things are, I looked at my numbers for last week. I just did the math on it. I'm up 32%. Guys, I ran manufacturing for 18 years. We never had a 32% increase in a week. We never had a 32% increase in a month. And that's not just Chris Doyle's business because some people are working. That is a corporate-wide growth. I talked to Rick Redford yesterday again. I've been texting with our Chief Financial Officer, Jeff Yates. And guys, growth is happening not just in the United States, it's helping around the world. So for those that are to the left here, that means you're committed. Many people had to get off to get on another Zoom that started. Todd may have actually had to jump off because there's another Zoom that's going to happen in Colorado that Aaron and Ginger are guest on. So here's what I want you to realize. Guys, if you will take advantage of what's going on right now, and most of us are going to be stuck in these offices and these houses and very little travel for several more weeks. I don't know about you, but they're telling us it's 3 to 4 more weeks we're going to be stuck. Take advantage of seeing what you have. Learn. Don't watch the 19th time of Andy Griffith. I know every one of those shows. I can tell you every time it's going to happen. taking advantage to say, you know what, I want some things to change. I want to build something special. Someone asked me this yesterday on a Zoom I did, and it's you know, I work this business because I love residual income. I love being able to work from home. Ken knows that, which what we've talked about so much. I challenge you to recognize you have been blessed. You have been put in a position that you know about something. But just because you got blessed and got in that position will do you absolutely no good if you don't take advantage. You don't take the advantage. Do something special right now because the world is changing. And you know, the sad part is many of you are going to just drop this and not going to think any more about what I just told you. And I hate it for you. Then there's going to be some of you on here in 5 years, remember back to this Zoom and this quarantine time and say, you know, because I was quarantined and I thought that was the worst thing that happened in my life. I was stuck in my house. I was able to get on some Zooms. I learned about a business. I learned about an opportunity. I did some research and did some things that I changed my future forever and took control of my life. And I say that with so much sincerity. Many of you don't know me. I've never met you. But I think Ken and Todd and Aaron, the ones I've known for 18 years, know I speak straight from the heart. I'm just telling you, you're sitting in a place you don't know. If you knew what I knew, you would not sleep right now. So we're going to close very quickly today because of what's happened. So guys, thank you so much. Ken, thanks for that. If you want to add anything, Ken, we're going to close it out.
Awesome, Chris. Guys and gals, take advantage of what you're now blessed to know about. This was recorded. We'll get it out to people because some people had to leave. There'll be, I'm telling you, thousands and thousands of people are going to watch the recording. Amazing testimonies. Thanks, everybody. We'll be talking to you soon. By the way, Monday morning, 11 o'clock, Todd